Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Citron here, chilling out, hanging out, and I don't just do science at school. I do science at home. And what I'm looking at here is a very simplified pool pH test kit. And if you don't know what pH is the concentration of hydronium ions. And we're going to spend some time dealing with pH, and I'm going to do a little sample here for you. No, I don't have a pool, but I do have a yard, and in the yard I have soil, and anything that you can put into solution, you can actually measure the pH of, and you can see what the pH of. It has to be in solution, it has to be aqueous, it has to be water evolved. So we're going to actually take this soil, and we're going to dissolve it. This is a little plug from the soil. Dissolve it in some water, put it into our test kit, add a few drops of our indicator, and then measure our pH. Now our pH range on here only goes, on this test kit only, goes 6.8 to 8.2. 7 is neutral. The most basic pH can be goes to 14, and the most acidic goes all the way down to 0. The reality is it's difficult to have a 0 or a 14. If it is from 0 to 6.9, it is acidic. And if it's 7.1 to 14, it's basic. And that deals with concentration of how many hydrogen ions and hydronium ions are present. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause right now to give you time, or me time, to stop this when we're watching it in class, so that you can grab your handy-dandy book, dun, 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 and be able to spend a little bit of time making sure you understand some of the actual book work that is found with acids and bases. It's page 43 and 44. We're going to take a quick break from the video. I'm going to give you some time to answer some of the questions on the bottom of page 44, like number 3A and 3B. And also, since we've talked about it already, probably number C would be good too. 3C would be good for you. And that'll give you an opportunity to spend some time making sure you know what we're talking about in regards to the actual book learning that goes along with this. So I'm going to pause right now. You guys go ahead and take care of that for me. Alright, since I know that being in the classroom, I could pause that as long as I wanted to. And if you're watching this afterwards, you've already accomplished that task. There are some additional questions that are good for you to review for as well, and you should probably execute. It's going to be, hint, hint, a homework assignment coming up. So in our book, again, page 56, we're looking at numbers 11. Excellent. Number 12, very good. Number 15, skipping 11, 12, and 15. And that's going to really get us the ones that we're looking for right now. So 11, 12, and 15. I'll pause for just a moment, giving myself the idea of time to stop to be able to accomplish that. All right. So what we need to do is we need to get our sample dissolved in some water. Now I have a little bit too much water here, so we'll take care of that. And we're going to head and put our soil sample right into the water, and I'm going to put as much of the soil in here as I can. Now I know for a fact that my soil is extremely clay-based, so I have an hypothesis as to what my soil's pH will actually be. And because I'm doing soil, it's also difficult to see, it's going to be slightly difficult to see the color changes. There are other types of test samplings that will allow us to measure color change. This is again is a pool test kit, and it works really well in pool water, but it doesn't work so well when you have to be able to see the color change. Alright, so just a quick observation there. Let's see, it's pretty murky. So we're going to try to fill this up. We'll put as much in here to the fill line, and we'll see if we can even get a color change on it. Trial and error, my friends. Trial and error. So we're going to put 5 drops, is what it calls for. What we're looking for is we're actually looking at phenol red. And We want to make sure we don't get this on anything. We're going to put 5 drops. Now to make sure the drops are even, we totally invert, not from the side. Totally invert and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cap that up. Put the cap on this as well. And now we're going to agitate. Shake it. And the nice thing about this particular test kit is that on this side it shows a color change, a color wheel. So it gives you the different colors that are available for it to change. And we're to compare the two, and if we were to try to compare the darkened water with the color change, we're going to see that we have no color change, which means we have to go to test methodology number 2. That will be in the second video. I'll need to refresh some water, and we'll give it a shot. Trial and error, ladies and gentlemen. We can't always know it's going to work perfectly the first time. All right.